back at it. This is our take.
Yes,
coming at you. Going to talk some basketball tonight. NBA playoffs is hot. It's a hot topic, so why not talk about it? So, let's jump right in. Let's talk about the upcoming finals. Golden State versus the Cavs, the fourth time that they're going to go at it. What's your take?
Go ahead, my good man. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My take is that LeBron is on an unbelievable tear. Let's just call it what it is. He's on an unbelievable tear. The references to Thanos and all of that, snapping the fingers. I don't think we've witnessed something like this in a long time. We have our own conversation over here, guys.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, nobody listens to you
anyway. We're witnessing something that we haven't witnessed, I would say, like in a long time.
You know you used witness twice, right?
Yeah, because y'all wasn't paying attention first time.
But that's LeBron James, you know that, right?
Let me finish.
Wow.
I'm giving LeBron credit. right here.
Just checking.
And I got to tell you guys, man, I think LeBron is playing at a high level. I think the fourth go-around, listen, Golden State in 3, man.
I love it.
Go ahead, Banks.
I'm going to agree with Avery. Generally, it goes around that I'm not a big LeBron James fan, but that's not I'm not a fan of his, but I respect the greatness. And this run,
do I have to do a full disclosure?
Okay. This run that he's
I won't admit I hate him.
This run that he's on is crazy, man. That he dragged this group of individuals to the finals.
Flunkies.
You flunkies. Yeah, you can go with flunkies. He dragged them to the finals, and they made it this far. But I think the run's over. I ain't gonna lie. I'm Golden State in 3, man. If I'm being realistic, though, I don't see this going past 5, possibly 6. I think just the greatness of LeBron James alone might get them 6 games, but I can't. The only way I can see this going longer than that, or that Cleveland can actually win the series, Golden State has a way of playing around a little bit, getting real sloppy with the ball, and not playing up to their full potential.
Okay.
But if they got through that Houston series and they're like, we almost lost
you're on
to
camera
Houston.
at the same time.
Yeah, we almost lost to Houston, so now we have to give our best effort. Let's go out there and mop the floor with these guys. There's no way that this team can compete with these guys at all.
No way.
There's no way it should be. They beat a much better Cavs team last year, and this team is trash.
Opening line is 12.5, by the way. 12.5.
This is the largest since the 76ers and Lakers finals.
You had to do that to me.
No, I'm just saying. That's the last time a superstar took a bunch of nobodies to the finals.
Thank you for that one.
Just wanted to shit out with you.
So, Leaf, what's your take?
What was the question?
Wow.
What's your take on the Cavs, Golden State, man? Stop doing that, man. Stay focused, man.
What's my take on Cavs? I mean, it's 4 times in a row. Is what most people expected in the beginning of the season. Throughout the season, a lot of us didn't think the Cavs weren't going to make it. But, LeBron James did what he did. He helped them get through. Beat teams that we thought that they wasn't gonna beat.
It hurt you to say this.
Nah, it didn't hurt.
I just feel like
I'm gonna be real. 'Cause I thought about this the other day.
Okay.
The man made his first finals when my son was 3 months old.
Wow. I got some
That's the
facts
only
about that shit with you.
he has been in the finals. My son is 8.
Check this out. Yeah.
You just gonna cut me off like
I'm
that?
sorry. I'm just trying to give the people some real quick facts. The last time LeBron James.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Man.
No, I just trying. Last time LeBron James was wasn't in the finals. Mike Trout of the Anaheim Angels was in single A baseball. LeBron James had a teammate named Shaquille O'Neal.
Wow.
And the Warriors were 30 games under 500. The last time LeBron James was not in the finals. I am not a fan. I respect the greatness. That is an amazing, amazing run of being in the finals that long with multiple different teams. Speaks to the weakness of the East a little bit, but the man is great.
Wow.
The guy did his thing in his playoffs, especially when they need him most. I mean, he was able to rest against Toronto because he was playing the practice squad. You know what I mean? So he was able to work on his fadeaway shot in that game, which you see him establish that fadeaway shot much more now.
Who you have winning, man?
I got winning. I really don't give a damn. I'm not even watching the finals.
Stop it.
I'm
man.
hurt.
Stop it. Wow.
Who do you have winning, man? Get to it, man.
Golden State in 6.
I will. I'll piggyback on that. Golden State in 6. I see it. I can see it possible that the Cavs can get 2 games out of this. Possible.
I can't stand
The only reason is the Warriors do look vulnerable going into the series. Now, of course, you don't know how they will play once the series start, but they look vulnerable the way they went 7 games with Houston.
Why you said it like that, bro? Why your voice go so high, bro?
We're going to get into that later on, but right now I say that because simply simply a dominant team normally do not go 7 games when a team is dominant, as quote unquote the Warriors is. So for them to go 7 games against Houston, that was okay. I was like, okay.
I'm not taking a thing away from Houston, but I've seen.
I've got a lot to take away from them, but go ahead.
No, but I'm telling you, I've seen Golden State. They have lulls. They have lulls.
That's what I said.
They're not fully.
Their coach knows that too.
And he said it. I think was it this last game, Game 7. He walked it like after that first quarter. He was kind of spazzing like, yo. So these guys have lulls, and I just hope that they got that out of their system with Houston, because this is not a dude you want to play with. You know what I mean? You can go down 3-2 to them and be like, okay, we're going to turn it on for 2 games, and LeBron might be like, yeah, it's time for me to turn it on and get me my next chip. So just don't play with these guys. Go out there, be fully engaged, and if they are fully engaged, honestly, I can't really see it going past 5. Just based off talent level alone, the Cavs are not a good team. They're a bad defensive team. They're just not good outside of LeBron James. I don't think they're well coached. I don't think they're that good of a team.
But the one thing I had to say is about the Cavs is that they are forever walking into a series and just being lackadaisical. I can see them.
Cavs?
Yeah. I can see them going and giving up game 1, not even showing up. Yeah, because that's what they seem to do, and they did the same thing against Boston. Game 1, they got blew up. So, and
It might have just been a lack of talent.
no, I just think that it seems with the Cavaliers, and it's traditional, they play with their back against the wall. They put their backs against the wall. And it's just crazy.
I just think
mess around and
I think more so though LeBron does a lot of
defensive recovery.
I really think so. You look just holy. Like, you gotta have a George Hill, out of body experience for George Hill or J.R. Smith is 17 points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or Jeff Green,
19.
he had 19. Like, that's not nothing big to a team like Golden State.
And I was just about to say that, like, the things that they were able to get away with Boston, like you said, throughout the series, where Boston is going to go through those spots where they're not scoring. We don't see Golden State going through that. Might not be one. It might be 1 game. It might be 2. But we don't know if Golden State going to go through that for multiple games where they're just not scoring. Because, like Banks always says, 2 threes in a row starts a goddamn firestorm.
Look up, you're down 13.
But the one thing the Cavs got to take away from they watch tape on the Houston series,
I was
you got to be physical. You got to be physical with these guys.
You got to be physical, but also at the
can't
same
just let them
time
do what they want to do.
Is Houston? Leaf brought up a great point. They switched everything on the perimeter. But can you change your defensive philosophy at this point if it's something you haven't done all season? And the Cavs do not have great defenders.
They don't have the personnel to be physical to me. In my opinion, I don't think
Right.
they really have the
I'm just saying, like, Houston gave you a little bit of a blueprint of what you could do with Golden State. They weren't getting the open looks. Leaf said this. They weren't getting a lot of the open looks because every time they were coming off them screens, those guys were switching. They were switching all over the place, and they had a good defensive scheme. Golden State they were just a more talented team.
But you got to play this team for the third quarter. You have to play this team for the third quarter. If you go out,
you can't do it.
You come out the locker room and you ain't focused on. We have to make sure.
He's down 20.
that
He's like, yo, what just happened?
You got to make sure that you don't let these guys get a rhythm coming out that third quarter, come out that locker room. It's the only team I've ever seen like that.
Great coaching?
Yeah.
Definitely some adjustments.
It's definitely, without a doubt, because and I don't even think it's adjustments really, because I just think this is how this team is built. They're built for the first half to watch what you do, stay in the game, stay close, because we all said if they get down by 25, that's your best chance coming out of halftime. Yeah. But if you're within 10, you can't relax. You got to do whatever you did in that first half. You got to double that up in the second half. You got to play harder defense.
I mean, look, you see what happened in Game 7. 1 3 in the corner from Steph started the next 8 shots, 6 was 3-pointers.
But at the same token, Houston shot 9 shots.
Oh yeah, well,
And missed all 9. That didn't help none.
I don't want to speak about that right now, but I'm just saying, like, that's what started.
You see,
No.
and this
That's
is
what
but this is
started.
what's so crazy about like that. That's so layered to me because that's what's so crazy about Golden State. They put so much pressure on you by hitting these threes and hitting these shots that you start taking bad
They
shots.
roll you into the same type
They're
of
like, yo,
game.
they just hit 3 threes. We got to get something back. We gotta stop this somehow. I'm gonna take a 3 right
Can't wait
now.
to speak about this.
And yo, you missed 27 straight threes. That's bad coaching.
But it's more than just bad coaching. It's bad leadership. It's a bunch of bad
It's some bad things, but it's like that offense coming at you. It changes the character of who you are. You just like, yo, we got to get back in the game somehow.
No, but
They start
Banks,
playing hero ball.
But Banks, if you realize something, it wasn't like Golden State hit 7 for 7 or 10 for 10. They missed shots as well.
Yes.
The only difference is Houston chose not to go to the basket and try and get twos
Golden State,
instead
when
of
they missed
threes.
27 threes,
You
they
gotta
hit
remember-
13.
You gotta remember when Golden State hit those 4 threes in a row. 2 came from Steph, 1 from KD, 1 from Clay. That only gave Golden State a 6-point lead.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Houston just felt like they needed a home run
the
shot.
flow of
That's
the
what I'm
game,
saying.
man.
This is what-
No,
but
that's
this is what I'm
not
trying to.
the
This is the
game.
point I'm trying to
No,
make is that they put that kind of pressure on you that you feel.
That's
that
what
you
I'm
need
talking
that.
about, like that
You
flow of
feel
the
that
game. You
need that.
gotta-
I
yeah.
understand, and as a good coach, you need to say we don't need to do that.
First
Go
thing
to the
is this.
basket and just go. Just keep doing what we're doing. We're fine.
The coach hurt his hamstring.
Listen. Let's not get too far away from the Cavs and Golden State.
Let's stay there.
Let's stay right there.
I don't see it, man. I don't see George Hill being able to stay with Steph.
But I don't think you have to stay with Steph.
No,
I don't-
no, bro. You have to.
don't have to stay with him.
You have to, man.
You
Hey,
don't. No, hold on. Yo, listen to me.
For disclosure,
Listen, no, let me say it to you. There's 2 people on that court you have to limit. That's Clay and KD. If you can limit them, KD just came out of a series that he shot bad in. Clay helped them. Steph helped them. If you can limit Clay, if you can focus on slowing KD, because if
See
you
where I'm
got
looking at him?
if you got 2 scorers, you need a 3rd scorer. If you have Steph scoring by himself, even Draymond, let Draymond get.
That's always my game plan.
That's a big.
always
He shot horribly.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. Let him get it.
Draymond, he does not.
he's the anchor though, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna say that's the big thing about Draymond. He does not let his scoring affect all the other things that he's on the court doing.
Yeah, I
he
think
shot
he's-
horribly that game, and he
But
was
Mark-
he still tied those guys together.
I want to stay on this, but you gotta realize what Steph did in that series. It wasn't a lot of turnovers. He averaged about 8-9 assists, and he scored
and he
26
took
points a
the
game.
ball to the basket.
And
that
they
was
forced
smart. That was very
him
smart.
to do it, and he took advantage of that, and that was something I had to
But-
applaud.
but-
But I don't know if they're gonna be able to stay with him, man.
But
I
let me
think
ask
you
you a
gotta
question.
stop him.
Hold on. Now, you give Steph his points. If you limit KD from having a 30-point night, if you limit Clay from having a 20-point night, Steph points isn't really winning that game.
So
for
let me
them.
ask you a question.
How
now.
you stop these 3 people though, man?
I'm just about to
I
ask you a
said
question.
2. No, hold on.
Are you
I
talking
said
about
2
potentially like
people.
doubling KD?
No, listen, I would definitely double KD because he's not a good passer.
You gonna
He's not. He's because I would come off of Draymond's man to help because I would let Draymond try to kill me.
But then guess what?
And that's what happened if you think about game 5, that's what happened.
Yeah, but then they try to do the same thing again, and once Draymond drives, they're gonna rotate. Someone is gonna get open.
They're gonna drive, or you come over
don't want to
Draymond.
get
Man,
open.
Draymond's not just
You
gonna
don't want-
stand there out there at the 3-point line. He's gonna cut to the basket. Your defense is gonna collapse. he's gonna.
Who you putting on KD?
somebody.
Who you putting on KD?
Who you putting on
Jeff
KD?
Green.
You gonna put
Jeff Green. That's the first out. No, listen, hold on.
I get what you're
asked the
saying.
question.
Yeah, I got you.
It's his
I get
height.
what
So
you're
that's
LeBron Holden, you gonna put LeBron on Draymond so he could be the double guy?
a thought.
That's a thought. Because that's what I would do. If you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's a
put
thought.
Jeff Green on KD,
That's a
I
thought.
got
But
LeBron on
then-
Draymond. Let LeBron roll.
Who do you have Love on?
Is Love playing game 1?
No, he's not playing game one.
No, what's the name is out game 1.
Oh, that's right. Iguodala's out game one.
Iguodala's out game one.
I
Love
Love's out.
out too.
No, Love is out.
No, they haven't announced it yet.
Oh,
They haven't
Okay.
announced it yet. On that note, this is Our Take. We're going to come right back at you.
Right back
we
at
got
you.
some more NBA talk.
Yes.
Peace out.